Okay, so we are going to download the Netbeans IDE and also the Java Development Kit, which is going to allow you to program from home. So I'm doing this on a Windows 10 computer that doesn't have anything installed yet, but it's basically the same thing for Mac. So the first thing we're going to do is Google Java, JDK, and how about we throw Netbeans in there too, just for good measure. So the very first link, Java JDK 7 with Netbeans downloads from Oracle, and Oracle is actually the company that makes and manages Java. So here are a few different options for us to download. So I'm assuming none of you guys are running a Linux machine. If you're running a Mac machine, then you would use this download link. If you are using a Windows machine, there's two options, 64-bit and 86, which is for a 32-bit. So what you might want to do is check to find out what your computer is. So I'm going to go down and search my system. All right, system information. And let's see if it tells us in here, Windows 10 version 10 build, system type 64. So I want the 64-bit version of the JDK. So I'm going to download that. Sorry, I must accept the license agreement. How silly of me. Boop. Oh, well, maybe it won't. There we go. Now it's happy. So now I'm going to do my download. It's going to download an exe, which it stands for executable file. This says there's 3 minutes left. I don't believe it. But when that's done, I'm just going to click on this and then navigate through. So I'll stop recording and add that part on when we get there. Okay, so we're done downloading. Let's run the executable and see what we have to do to get set up. So if you're downloading Chrome, you just got to click it down here. You might have to go into Downloads folder otherwise. Yep, you can install Java. That's all right. Now, heads up is that Java has updates all the time, so just one thing you're going to have to worry about. While this is going out, just go back. There's a couple places where you can download the JDK, the Java Development Kit, but you want to make sure you get the Java Development Kit and Netbeans because you need both in order to work. So Netbeans is our IDE, meaning it's kind of like Microsoft Word. It's where we code. The Java Development Kit is basically all the libraries that tell your computer how the Java language works, because it doesn't inherently know the Java language. It knows it because it has the JDK on it. So I skipped ahead, so you went to wait, but let's start the installation process. So we'll hit next. We'll accept the agreement. You can decide to put wherever you want. I'm going to put it on my C drive. That's my hard drive. Probably the default's fine for wherever it wants to put it. So also it's going to say, well, where do you want Netbeans? Where do you want the JDK for Netbeans? Again, the default's probably fine. Automatically check for updates. You can leave that on if you want. And now it's going to install. And I'll give you a break again, and we'll come back when that's done doing that. All right, so I finished the installation process. Here's the Netbeans icon on my desktop. So I'm going to launch it. And because I downloaded Netbeans and the Java Development Kit together, and it knew where each set of files was located on my computer, they should be able to talk to each other already. So we're going to do a really quick test just to make sure that's the case. But otherwise, we're all set up. So let's just let this boot, and then we'll make a quick test program. Okie dokie. So here's Netbeans, and the first thing I'm going to do is go up to the top and make a new project. So, new project right up here. You can also use the little orange icon with the plus sign, so I'll do that. It's both the same thing. My project is going to be a Java application. So select that and hit next. And got to give it a name, so why don't we call it test project, because I'm just testing things to make sure it works. The location by default is going to put it in your documents folder. That's fine. If you want to move it somewhere, it's up to you. So right now it's making my project. And when it's done making the project, what it's going to do is basically have a place for me to contain a whole bunch of files that will all be able to see and talk to each other. And by default, it's also going to give me one Java file that's called the same thing as my project, test project, that has a main method in it. So here I am, public class test project in the test project folder. And let's just try printing something to make sure it worked. So system.out.println, parentheses, quote, it worked, exclamation point, and then we'll throw a semicolon at the end. And if everything worked and it's okay, then what we'll do is we'll hit this green arrow up here, which says run project, and that should run this project and show us the results. Actually right now it's still looking for the class path, so that means it's still importing all those Java projects, or all the, Java libraries. So we'll just wait for that to finish. It's just about done. And now we should be good to go. So you can see down here it's running my test project, and in a moment, hopefully, it'll pop up. Here's the output. It worked. Success, hurrah! So now you have Netbeans with the Java Development Kit installed on your computer and working. Have fun.